Hi, everybody. This is Samuel Durbidge. I'm doing a recording for today, December 18th, 2020. The rest of this day should be a lot more smoother than yesterday and this last week. Some people really felt the intense pressure of everybody's pain and irritation, and everybody wanted to put down others. Who normally don't put others down. And they did that yesterday. What happens is a lot of us were so intense by experiences that we dealt with. And so now the posting of something that I do on my Durbidge Samuel, at Durbidge Samuel on Twitter, I posted a picture. I also posted on Facebook, or I followed a group of the same picture that originally was posted there, and I thought it was amazing, so I shared it because it worked with what is going on, and all need to know about it. What is going on is we had an end of a cycle, or a year-long, I think it was like back to December of 2017, all the way till now. We had a really tense cycle of change because it ended, and it was around the time that, to my knowledge, that the Star of David disappeared again, because it came back in 2015, which many knew about, and then it came, and then it left around 2017, around that time. And so we had a cycle without the Star of David, which came all the way to now. So the Star of David comes back on Monday. So 4 days before the Star of David comes back, you have what's called a healing time frame. So I call it the 3 to 4 night healing. I've noticed it a few times in my life where you first have an awakening of awareness of something that throws you off, then you have to figure it out and be aware of it. And for 4 days you're dealing with what you just experienced. And it's a 4-day of relaxation or just questioning of it, depending on the circumstance. But usually there is a situation of healing where it's not working, and the day right before it starts working, which would be similar to today, you feel so intensified because you want things to work and they're not working. You're upset. You've done so much and you've gotten so far, and then all of a sudden all your work and good work and insight and ideas get pushed around by those that you thought really would relate with you or be aware of you, and then you see that they completely go against your awareness of insight or whatever, or your ideas. So I want others to know that in my heart that it doesn't matter what I or you or whatever or others choose to have belief in, or whether we come across as if we're materialistic and you want to put us down for caring about some object that mattered to us, and it's just, and them not caring about us trying to find it and not willing to help, but then we ask them to, but they push around or they play games with the idea of something that you felt mattered, but they would want you to care about things that mattered to them. So a narcissistic moment, but then they tell others that you did that to make you look like you were being narcissistic when they were the ones pushing that moment. And they didn't really, they weren't aware of what that item or situation meant, or about common courtesy, about, it was something that mattered to them. Maybe it was a gift, maybe it was something else, maybe they had spiritual experiences with it. And yes, it's material, and everything that's material may dissolve and doesn't really matter, but everything does matter, because everything is of matter. Everything vibrates, even if it's a material thing. Yes, if it's synthetic or whatever, it's going to disintegrate. It's going to disappear, possibly in the flash, which some people have said. Here's the thing. I don't know if it will or it won't. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. According to scriptures and lore, when you go to any change of realm, you don't take what's in this realm to that realm, but you retain and get something even better that replaces what you had in the realm you were in or the timeline you were in whenever you jump or switch or manifest a better outcome or pray and meditate a better outcome with groups or healing or whatever. You get exactly everything you want. You get more than what you've already had, or you don't really even need it anymore because you have something else that makes up for why you chose to have those things. So really it's about the heart. So when you stop being narcissistic or put down or not willing to help people with respecting what mattered to them, even if it's just a little object, and they put you down or they make fun, but then they tell other people false things. And I've noticed that people were doing similar things that I thought someone else might be doing to me, and it seemed like they were saying the same thing that this other individual did to me that I met and helped. And it's just like, okay, well, I have to forgive them. I got to let them go. They let me go, but they wanted to dominate and act like they were the ones that did it. And really what it was it was too much of a not an equal love or caring. One was trying to dominate everything, even though I was the one providing a lot of things to help out of my heart, just genuinely. And then when there was something that I needed to get, they didn't care about the thing that I left and needed to find. And then they even were hiding it. And I noticed that they were hiding it. And then they were doing a few things like this, and it felt like they were manipulating my trust and my situations and me willing to trust or work with them in a business atmosphere or whatever, just for them helping with some simple thing. But I did so much for them that was just amazingly not, I feel wasn't as respected, when all I was looking is for that little one thing or hope and respect to have the same respect back, to have copies of whatever they helped me with, but then they acted, oh, I'm not going to, or blah, blah. So they wanted to dominate what I was allowed to have by me trusting them so that they could have the power over me. Now, Celestine prophecy tells us not to do that. We want to balance each other and not dominate or disrespect the other's respective insight or feelings, and to feel like you're better than them, or to get them to come back, or to trick, or to look good, or to, and then after that, abuse them secretly or allow others to abuse them by going into their group. I don't want that done to them. I don't want that done to me. I don't want that done to anybody. You know, what the whole thing is we're going to be healed from all of this. But I was seeing all these chats that were similar to what that person did to me about other people or judging other people for having certain. And I realized that we judge people too much about their reasons for caring about certain things or their reasons of certain requirements and needs. Some people have certain things because they have lack of something else. And having that, or it was a gift or something that helped them feel balanced, helped them feel loved, it was something that helped them so that they could do more things for others to balance out the really pushy energy that they end up being around if they choose to help that person, which I have dealt with. So empaths, we deal with a lot of narcissist individuals because they suck us in and then they try to suck us dry. And because we want to do so much. And if we had all the funds and everything that we require, which we want to manifest, we would do so much for anybody in pain or anybody dealing with things, or to wake them up so that they can heal and help others too. But I realize that there are people that they'll be really nice, they'll be very caring, and then they'll be very narcissistic, very rude, very trickery, acting like they're not, and then get others to think that they're not, or justified for doing so, and so that they can bully this other person who did really nice things and caring and is going through a lot, that they knew was going through a lot and dealing with. So we need to give people slack and relax and love them and forgive them for believing in aliens being in existence or ideas being believed about that, even if it may not be true, until we have full definite awareness, full all, where we know what this certain circumstance was and what it really is compared to what others say it is. We need to see it. We need to feel it. So that's what is so great about the 21st, is it's supposed to be the reveal all thing. And even if it's not, people are praying as if it will be. People will meditate and are hoping for that reveal all. That ancient text and prophecies say is a prophesied time. Regardless what was tricked by cabals or whatever. The light is righting the darkness. So even if it's tricked, some of them aren't tricked. Some of them are just, they know it will be, because they know by what their knowledge is and tech and secret awarenesses of things have been aware of. But it's changing based on our thoughts and feelings. Energy science teaching of healing bladder cancer under 3 minutes. I've done it with a boiled burn on my left hand. I've done it on other times where there was no scar left from it. Once I learned about the technique. Now, any previous scar that I did when I was a child or other stuff is still there. But we can heal the original pain so that it doesn't leave the scar. And if there are scars, we can actually get rid of scars through oils and massage and whatever very easily. And do the same as they did with the cancer, bladder cancer tumor, where they did it under 3 minutes for that lady. And it was, they just saw her as already a complete, beautiful, wonderful lady, as if the tumor never existed, as if it now is just going back, not going back, but becoming a whole new form of herself that's even better than when she first didn't have it. So we're not going back. We're not making it going back to the old normal. We're going to not a normal, but a new beginning that's even better than what was. So many people want to bring it back to a new balanced society again or whatever, but it never was balanced for anyone. There was suffering for poor and people and everything. People misunderstood others, were taught to go against each other, to be irritated about certain things, or to come after each other. And we're all on edge trying to stay away from each other because of all these games that others are trying to play to us, and that we're trying to be careful so that we can still have the life or a place to sleep or a house to have. And for me, it's just enough is enough. We need to be healed. Things need to be corrected, and we need to stop putting down people just because they're not going to follow your regime or your idea of things. The whole thing is it's about the heart. What is it that matters to you may not be what will help me, but I want it to help you for what you need for you. Whatever you're wanting, I want, but I also want what matters to me that I know is mattered to me. So it's about blessing things to being for everybody. Not one person gets it over another, because that just goes back to the system that we've already failed in. This is about being aware that we can bless things into being and be willing to do that for one another. So the knowledge of energy, science, water, studies, Greg Braden information, all of that. And I'll put those links down below. Now, I also share the bloodline information because I follow a lot of awakening communities, and they all have belief that aliens possibly exist or that we're star seeds from other dimensions or realities. How do we know whether that's true or not? I don't know. It's possible. I've had experiences of my own, but people saying that it isn't and putting people down for thinking that it is them putting us down. Charlie Freak is a great guy with a lot of knowledge, but yesterday he put that down, saying aliens aren't real and all of these things, because he's saying that there's a different way of approach, but there's a lot of trickery going on in this society, and we don't know who's really human and who isn't, and whether we're even in a virtual world. So I don't say that something isn't or is. I've seen things that I don't know if you would call them aliens or what, but originally I felt that they possibly could be. Then I learned from Stephen Greer information and others that it was military connected. So I don't know what to believe, but I have seen experiences that something is going on and it's messed up. Charlie Freak calls it the cabal and all of this. And he says that his wife went and listened to videos. I don't know if I'm one of the videos that they did. And so he prejudged me or prejudged others. I went through cancer and a lot of other situations that I almost died from a situation where it was a chemical creation, and it would have created and become cancer, but before it even became the full-fledged cancer, I was already having cancer-type tumors on the skin and other stuff already that was basically cancer-connected or part of the symptoms of the main cancer. So it was multiple little cancers creating the big cancer, but the little cancers could kill me before that even grew. And it was connected to pancreatic and prostate and other stuff, and it was neurological and connected. So it could have done a lot of stuff. And I already had back surgery and other health issues that I was dealing with, and a fracture that would even cause issues with the nerves, and maybe even paralyzation situation. So I've had so much I've had to deal with. And so I got into meditation, awareness, and becoming a vegan, raw vegan, just like Charlie Freak and others are. But I also noticed things that they and others are too busy to recognize others have noticed. That yes, is connected to possible military and cabals, but there is something else going on. And maybe it's a virtual world reality and we're going from an avatar state, out of this avatar state that we're in, into the real world or real reality, which is the real heavenly and becoming one with God, going from left brain to right brain. And I do like that knowledge, but I also know about the healing, blessing things, and the healing of knowledge that we can do, that we can manifest desired outcome. And many of them are choosing not to do that. They could, and maybe they have, but we can do it freely for everybody and should be. And so I just had to put that out there, that yesterday was so tense because I was hearing so many different people putting people down about materialistic stuff and all these things. And it's like, well, the only people that would put people down for caring about something that matters to them is because to them they don't have a ton of, some people don't have a ton of funds to get new things, so they have to appreciate what they have. And if that's being materialistic or caring about a bracelet or something and realizing it was left and you want to get back and that person tries to hide it from you or not care about finding it for you because it mattered to you because there's a sentimental value to it and it's connected to experiences, spiritual experiences I had, other stuff, then that's on them for not realizing your heart. But they don't need to be shamed or put down, but they shamed me for caring about something that would balance me. And then they manipulated and did certain things I noticed that I felt manipulated by, and they didn't care. And that really hurt. And I was honest to them and let them know I'm not going to lie. And of course, by doing that, I was physically shoved for asking for something that belonged to me or should have been belonged to me. I asked for a contract of something that I wanted copies of because I didn't trust them anymore. That I didn't want to be part of it anymore if they're going to be physically harmful to me and if they're going to put me down for being legitimately honest and concerned. And I just, it's really hurtful. And I noticed that is what has just happened. This last week that we went through was brutal because it was supposed to. That's what I feel, and that's what I'm realizing. First, in order to fully heal, you have to go through a brutal time frame, which we already had a ton of brutal, but we had to get a huge brutal before the shift can come, because we have to feel the worst that we could feel on top of what we've already went through, enough that we could handle, that goes to our deepest irritations and be put down, be scared, be worried, so that we can know what we don't want. So the energies can know what we don't want, so that it can clear it up and correct it for us, even if it's hard for us to believe that it will. And then give benefit of the doubt and forgive your unbelief, and then give it over to the connection that is. and then whatever is, and then let it be given to that God form or higher form or inner self form connection that loves unconditionally and forgives all for all our thoughts and beliefs, whether we believe in aliens or don't or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe or disbelieve anything. I'm aware of anything, and anything that's positive about ships or ideas coming. I don't know if any ships are coming. I've seen people show photos of ships coming from the sun, maybe coming here, and so I'm like, oh, it looks like it probably is. Here's the thing, I don't know. Do I hope that good things can happen? Honestly, we need all the positive we can. And if that's something that can help us, then yes. I do think that there are crafts and TAC 1 vehicles that vacate above us and other things, because I've witnessed things and I've seen them. Are they military made? Possibly. Are they also extraterrestrial or dimensional or some spiritual connected or darkness and light connected? Possibly. Why wouldn't there be? From what I've seen and witnessed. So I don't know, but I went through more than what I think others like Charlie Freak and others could even relate with, and maybe they have related with it, but they just don't share it. I've went through some stuff that if they experienced what I did, they'd be questioning things too. And they would be saying that it's possible that there are beings among us from all I've seen and experienced. Now, could all I've seen and experienced could be considered to others as an hallucination or something like that? I was never on drugs or anything. But there are technology and things, some MK Ultra programs, where they could be trying to mess with me. And if they are, they need to stop those messings with me and others, and they need to out and be honest about what they did and what's really going on. But then we need to really know the truth. So what I really want is the full truth. And some of us want to believe that there is truth in the lies. There are truth in the lies. So even if there are no extraterrestrials and they tricked us about extraterrestrials, we might end up seeing that there are some, and that we're in a bigger realm, that there are other beings that do look different or are different form that could be considered ultra-terrestrial or other forms or heavenly terrestrial or lower, dark and good, demons and angels, things like that. Who knows? Again, I'm someone that is aware of everything. I used to have a certain focus in my past videos. So people are looking at my past videos years ago, they're going to see a different opinion than what I have now, because I wasn't my full self back then. I was trying to figure everything out, and I still think that it's possible some of those things I thought could be, but I don't want them if they're dark. The whole thing is we can heal that, and there was a lot of attacks and a lot of judgment on me and others for my insight. But some of my insight, some of them haven't even done or have chosen not to do. And they're going to realize that we can bless things into being very easily, and we should come together more and do that for those that are weak and needed that. And that's what I am ready for to learn. I'm just sharing what I was told by the higher self when I was suffering cancer at Theta Wellness in Sandy, Utah in 2017. And it was September time, I want to say, when I experienced it. And it was really cool that I experienced this experience. But I do want to also let be known that a new shift is happening. Okay? A new shift is about to occur. We're about to go into a system where we're all going to be healed, is what it feels like the stars or the system itself, if we're in a matrix or whatever. Many people are so close-minded that and other people are like, no, it's this way, and it's only this way, and I'm right and you're wrong. And it's like, no, I'm not going to say that there aren't aliens, there aren't this, there aren't that, when I know that there is something going on. Now, are they called aliens? No, they have their own names. And are they really alien in the sense, are they from another world or another country? Because that's also called an alien or legal alien. So the whole thing is, what term are we going by here? So are there dimensional beings and other stuff? I feel that there are, from what I've seen and experienced. Now, could it be tricks that MK Ultra and others are trying to do to me and others? Well, if it is, some of the tricks that they played were peaceful and it was healing me. So if it was a trick that was healing me and helping me, then thank you. I appreciate when you've been helping and healing and not harming, regardless whether it's a trick or not. If you're doing good and you're healing, thank you. I bless you. Please do more of that. Good healing, good fun, and having fun and being like a child. Because when you become like a child and you do those things and you play and pretend and whatever, it heals you. But I do think that it's possible that I did see beings, and I did feel that they said that more are coming. So I think that there is a heaven realm of connection of some form or other beings or whatever coming. Whether they're galactic family, whether there's something else, I don't know. But I think it's pretty impressive to take it all that you can. There are going to be people that you cherished and loved, that another friend cherished and loved, and then they're going to put you down or think differently of you because they're in a mood or a situation, or they're trying to share what they think trickery systems are so that they can save their status or so that they can keep with what they feel others should follow. And I think a lot of it, I've noticed, comes from stardom. They want to keep the wealthier people contributing to them and not lose that. So those that aren't doing that, or they don't want certain things if they don't feel like it fits with the vibe or belief that they're willing to, so they want to get rid of them to have the right people that will pay them more or do better in the right focus that they think is more profitable for them. So it's all a business with all of the groups I've noticed, because they have a lot of things they got to take care of. My thing is I do like the idea that we're all ultimately going to be provided abundance, and that there is going to be a shift into ignorant realm into abundance realm. That I love the most, and I want to bless for that always, even if that is not the case. I say you can still manifest it because the science confirms it, and I've done many things, and I'm going to be doing it more if I have to. But I feel that I've already been doing enough that it's coming. It's keep doing what I'm doing, which I'm doing now, and then it will be all good. So bless you, bless me, bless all. But we're going to be okay. So the next thing I wanted to bring up is there is so much that's going to come out, like med beds and light beds and all of these, is that many are saying will come out or hoping that come out, but they keep changing it because they keep getting heard from people telling them it will. We can manifest those things to come quicker and stop delaying it, okay? Because they're saying a timeline of when it's supposed to, but then it gets delayed and stuff so that they can stay with what's going on with what they said so that they can reverse it. Well, the whole thing is, with me, I've always mentioned, you follow what you feel is right for you. I follow what I follow for me, and I always adapt. I believe one thing at one moment, and then all of a sudden I feel a different thing about something. But I always stay to the same focus. All I desire is everybody to have their desired life to be manifested. That's it. Am I as amazing as Aaron? Am I as amazing as Jake Ducey? Am I amazing as others? Maybe not, and maybe so in a little bit. I like their way of expression, but they also are doing their own business, which is important to them, which they felt they should, and they feel they have insight because of mentors and people that are rich that taught them things, which I thought was really cool. For me, I follow my heart, and I've done it on my own, mostly. I get insight from others, and then I share what I think and feel about it. I pray and meditate about it, and I haven't really had as much support in helping me to raise anything other than some have, and it's been nice, and it's been sporadic. There'd be one person that comes, and then they're around for a while, and then another, and then I disappear. But I'm always there to support people, even if they fall away from me or leave me or misinterpret or are irritated with me for standing up for myself to them, or feeling hurt by them, or them putting me down and then telling others things about me to say how horrible I am in this so that they're not around me, when in fact it's also that they can get the attention they deserve and desire for them. And I'm glad they're getting their attention and they're deserved, even if it's taking away from things that would actually help me and others. I hope that others follow their heart. I'm not going to judge you necessarily for choosing to do what you felt is right. If you put me down, I will stand up for myself, and I will be hurt by it. But I don't want to judge you for choosing to do the hurtful thing, because that was your choice to do that hurtful thing, and you may have not thought it was hurtful to do. You thought it was to teach me to be more stronger, or to put me in my place. When I'm going through so much already, I just want us all to heal. I want them to have all their dreams in their life, and I want to feel safe, and I want to feel like I'm appreciated and not being manipulated. And some of those things felt manipulated or pushed into doing it their timing and expectations, and I have my own needs and stuff I got to do for me too. So I love you all and I do care, but if you're expecting me to be some higher form or respected individual, or to respect someone with high status or followers or whatever, or low status, to, high or low over another, we need to realize that we're all supposed to be equal and loved equally for us. We're going to have flaws. We're going to have things that you may not like. And even if we don't feel that we have flaws in certain areas that you think we do, there are flaws that to us only are there because of lack of things that we do not have to make up what these lack of things is causing us to be seen as a flaw. So bless you, bless others. Be aware that it doesn't matter about your flaws or your situation, and just be ready, because I'm going to do another video, but what is about to happen is today, the 18th of December, 2020, we're going through a shift, and we're going into a new realm, possibly on Monday. And even if not, there's going to be mass meditation prayer, as though we will manifest something similar that can, whatever. Pray, believe in what you feel can believe, even if it's not believed by others, or even if it doesn't seem possible. If you want it to be possible, then bless it into being, no matter what it is, as long as it's peaceful for you and others and helps. That's awesome. If it's not, then those that want it, you can do it with them, but for them. But for us that want others, you should probably pray and bless that we get what we want for us, and that you get what you want for you, even if it's different, so that we're all free for our own timelines or expectations of heart. So I love you all. I'm going to put a link down below. Please subscribe and press the like buttons to see more videos. But it's up to you. I bless you all from the heart. Blessing you for grace, in grace, and of grace. Take care. Enjoy the shift.